Hi, my name is Lisa Peel. This is my final project. This is a sample of my course that I prepared for spring based on the course that was existing, but also with some edits and additions to enhance it based on what I had learned in the IDT course. So you'll notice that I have saved a number of announcements and copied them over, and I have them set to run. This is of course in my view, so the students can't view these, but I do have announcements that I go in at least weekly, if not twice a week. And I keep some of the same based on the objectives, but I do adjust these each semester, and I save them and just make them unavailable. Of course, the initial welcome letter is in the first announcement. It goes out as an email. I've also created a Powtoon video that goes out before the course starts as an email, and then a video that essentially is going to walk the students through all the aspects of the course as I'm doing now, but in a more student-friendly format where they can see my face and then see me talking about the courses. About midway through, I tried to avoid anybody being a no-show by doing the have you checked in email announcement, and you'll notice it starts from the very beginning of explaining where to look for an online course and how to get logged in and set up in case they haven't actually made it to the course yet. So from there, I have the Getting Started tab, which has welcome letters information. I also have the syllabus and the schedule, and my course schedule has the 8-week online format. It also has all of the major course assignments, and this is the first place that I showcase them, and then the grading scale, which is listed with each of the key assignments broken down by area, and then I have 2 additional columns, one for students who like to see the percentage and others who use the 1,000-point grading scale so that they can see how everything's going to count. Of course, my instructor information with the picture and how to contact me, and then information in regard to virtual hours. The students tend to find me and seek out times to meet, but when major assignments are due, I do post virtual office hours and have specific times that I'm online for them to ask questions. And I usually display those based on the student surveys that I do and what works best for them. So that changes from semester to semester. And then everything that students need are in the weekly materials and assignments. So you'll notice that they're not available. It seems backwards starting with week 8, but I actually have set it up. We've found in the department that students don't like to have to scroll through to see which week they're in. So I'm going to start at the bottom, which is the week that students, the only week that students will see initially. And you'll notice that I talk about just a brief introduction, some essential questions, which are going to shape the learning for the week. The fact that every material and assignment they'll need is in this folder, the start and close date, the objectives, which are directly from the MPOs, and then the assignments that are due in a clear format. As we go through, the essential questions really encompass the MPOs in a student-friendly way. Because I find that they don't really demonstrate the essential principles and practices, but they do understand questions like what beliefs exist about how children learn and grow, and who is responsible for these theories, and how we use the theories. So each week is set up the same. I do use some pictures and videos I'll add in that have to fit with the theme. And then other than that, I also have an overview of all the major assignments, where students can go in and find everything. So at the end of each of these paragraphs describing the major assignments and what the expectations are, it will say you'll submit the assignment. So this information is available in the course calendar timeline. It's also available here for quick reference, and then it's available in the weekly folders where the major assignments are actually due, so that they can have access to it a multitude of ways. In each of these folders are the rubrics, samples, my expectations, some common errors that I've seen students make. Usually there's a video, so the personal philosophy of education is a major assignment. So if I click on this, and it opens, you can see that there's a brainstorming worksheet to help them plan. This is a form of scaffolding, a video discussing the assignment where I talk about things that they should consider, a grading rubric, guidelines for it, writing tips PowerPoint for common errors. So there are plenty of different things to help scaffold. And then in addition to that, all of my weekly assignments as they're labeled, you'll notice, let's see if I can find an example here, that there's a final draft, but there's also the option to resubmit if necessary. So there is always at least one, if not two submissions. They make corrections. I give them feedback. That feedback is where the learning takes place. So that's extremely critical, and I ask students to review all of my comments. I go through their work and give detailed feedback, and then I expect them to apply that. And so that's how I give my feedback in an online course. I think that pretty much covers everything that I've had. One of the things that I did change about the course was to add um, the Powtoon video and the overview of major assignments. Otherwise, everything was pretty much set up as it was. And in this class, some of the assignments actually I'm going to change when we have discussion boards to allow for video or audio instead of writing, so that students have another way to show their learning. So that's everything. Thank you.